Hey Jake, how's it going?
Hey Sarah, I'm doing great actually. I just had the funniest thing happen to me this morning.
Oh, really? Tell me.
So I was at this coffee shop, right? And I overheard two people having a conversation next to me. They were speaking so fast, using all these expressions, and I thought, this is exactly what our listeners deal with every single day.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's so true. I actually had a similar experience last week. I was video calling my friend in London, and her roommate walked in and started chatting with her. And even I had to focus really hard to follow along because they were using so much slang and speaking super fast.
That's the thing, right? Real conversations don't sound like textbooks.
Not at all. And that's exactly what we're going to help our listeners with today. We're going to practice understanding real English conversations, the kind of English people actually speak every day.
You know, I was reading something the other day that said most English textbooks only teach about 20% of the expressions that native speakers actually use in daily conversations. The other 80%, you have to learn it by listening to real English.
That's crazy, but it makes total sense. I remember when I was learning Spanish, I could read a newspaper, but when I went to a restaurant in Madrid, I couldn't understand the waiter at all. It was so frustrating.
Exactly. So if you've ever felt lost when native speakers talk to each other, or if you can read English pretty well but listening is still really hard, this episode is for you.
By the end of today, you'll know key vocabulary and expressions that native speakers use all the time. You'll hear real conversation examples, and you'll feel much more confident understanding everyday English. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Okay, so before we jump into our conversations, let's go over some really important vocabulary. These are words and expressions you'll hear all the time in real English.
Great idea. What's the first one?
The first one is catch up, to catch up. This means to talk with someone you haven't seen in a while, to share news about your life. For example, I had coffee with Maria yesterday. We caught up for about 2 hours.
Oh, I love that expression. You can also say, let's catch up soon, when you want to meet someone and talk about what's been happening.
Exactly. Another way to say it is, let's get together and catch up. Okay, the next expression is figure out. To figure out means to find the answer to something, to understand something. Like, I can't figure out how to use this app.
That's a really common one. You might also hear, let me figure it out, which means give me a moment to find the solution.
Perfect. Number 3 is hang out. To hang out means to spend time with someone in a relaxed way. Not a formal meeting, just being together. We hung out at Jake's place last Saturday.
Yeah, and you can use it as a noun too. That was a fun hangout. Easy, right?
Super easy. And it's such a useful word, like, do you want to hang out after class? Or, we usually hang out on Fridays. You can use it in so many situations.
And here's a bonus tip. You might hear hangout spot, which means a favorite place to spend time. Like, this cafe is our hangout spot.
Oh, that's a great one. Okay, next up, end up. To end up means the final result of something, often something you didn't plan. We wanted to go to the Italian restaurant, but it was closed, so we ended up getting pizza.
I use that one all the time. I started watching one episode and ended up watching the whole season. That happens to me way too much.
Same here. Okay, number 5, kind of or kinda. This means a little bit or sort of. Native speakers use this constantly. I'm kinda tired today. The movie was kind of boring.
And you'll hear it pronounced kinda in fast speech. Kinda. That's totally normal.
Great point. Number 6 is go ahead. This can mean you can start or it's okay to do something. Like, if someone asks, can I sit here? You can say, yeah, go ahead.
It's also used to encourage someone. Go ahead, tell me what happened.
Exactly. Now, number 7 is by the way. We use this to add extra information to a conversation, something you just thought of. By the way, did you hear that Tom got a new job?
Oh, and people often shorten it to BTW in text messages.
Right. And our last key expression for now is make sense. This means to be logical, to be understandable. Does that make sense? Is something teachers and speakers say all the time to check if you understood.
And you can say, that makes sense, to show you understood. Or, that doesn't make sense, when something is confusing.
Perfect. So let's quickly review. We've got catch up, figure out, hang out, end up, kind of or kinda, go ahead, by the way, and make sense. 8 really essential expressions.
And now, let's hear them in action, in a real conversation.
Okay, so here's our first situation. 2 friends running into each other at a cafe. I'll start. Imagine I see you at a coffee shop. Hey, Jake! Oh my gosh, it's been forever. How have you been?
Sarah, wow, what a surprise. I've been good, thanks. Really busy with work, though. How about you?
Same here, honestly. I've been meaning to catch up with you. What's new?
Well, I actually ended up changing jobs last month. Remember I was kinda unhappy at my old company?
Oh yeah, I remember you were figuring out what to do. So you finally made a decision?
Yeah, I figured it out. I got an offer from a tech company and I went for it. It's been great so far.
That's amazing. We should hang out soon and you can tell me all about it.
Definitely. By the way, did you ever go on that trip to Portugal you were planning?
I did. It was incredible. I ended up staying an extra week because I loved it so much.
That makes sense. Portugal is beautiful. Go ahead and send me some pictures later.
I will. Okay, let's stop here and look at what just happened in that conversation.
Right. So, did everyone catch the key expressions?
Let's break it down. I said, it's been forever, which means I haven't seen you in a very long time. This is supernatural and common.
And I said, I ended up changing jobs. Remember, end up means the final result, something that eventually happened.
Then you said you were kinda unhappy, using kind of to soften it, make it less strong. You weren't very unhappy, you were kinda unhappy. It sounds more natural.
And figuring out what to do, trying to find a solution, trying to decide.
I suggested we hang out soon, spend time together in a relaxed way. And you added, by the way, to change the topic to my trip.
Right, and at the end, you said, I ended up staying an extra week. Again, something that wasn't your original plan, but it's what happened.
And I finished with, that makes sense, to show I understood why you stayed longer. So you see how all these expressions fit together naturally?
They really do. Now let's try another situation, something a bit different.
Okay, let's do a phone conversation. This one is between 2 friends making plans for the weekend. I'll call you. Hey Jake, what are you up to this weekend?
Hey, not much actually. I was kinda thinking about just staying home and relaxing. Why, what's up?
Well, a bunch of us are going to try that new restaurant downtown, the Mexican place. Do you want to come?
Oh, I've been wanting to check that place out. What time are you guys going?
We're thinking around 7. Does that work for you?
I have a thing until 6, but I could probably make it by 7:30. Is that cool?
Yeah, totally. Go ahead and take your time. We'll probably hang out at the bar area first anyway.
Sounds good. By the way, is it kind of fancy, or can I just wear jeans?
It's pretty casual. Jeans are totally fine.
Perfect. Should I figure out parking beforehand, or is it easy to find?
There's a parking garage right next to it, so you should be good. Let me send you the address.
Awesome. That makes sense. See you Saturday then.
Can't wait. It'll be great to catch up with everyone. Okay, great conversation. Let's talk about some things that happened there. First, I started with, what are you up to? This is a very common way to ask, what are you doing? Or, what are your plans?
And I said, not much, which is a super casual answer. It means nothing special. You'll hear this all the time.
Then I said, a bunch of us, which means a group of us or several of us. It's informal and friendly.
I asked, is that cool? Which is a casual way of asking, is that okay?
And you said, I have a thing. This is a deliberately vague way of saying you have some appointment or commitment without giving details. Very natural.
Right. I have a thing until 6. It could be a meeting, a doctor's appointment, anything. You don't need to explain.
Let's move to our third situation. This one is a bit different. It's at work, so it's slightly more formal but still friendly. Two coworkers at the office.
Great, I'll start. Hey, Sarah, do you have a minute?
Sure, what's going on?
So I've been trying to figure out this report for the meeting tomorrow, and I'm kind of stuck on the numbers.
Oh, which part? The sales figures?
Yeah, they don't quite make sense to me. The total doesn't match what we had last quarter.
Let me take a look. Oh, wait, I think I see the issue. They updated the categories last month. Did you use the new template?
Oh no, I think I ended up using the old one. That would explain it.
Yeah, go ahead and download the new one from the shared drive. It should fix the problem.
That makes sense. Thanks. By the way, are you going to the team lunch on Friday?
I'm planning on it. It'll be nice to catch up with everyone outside of meetings.
Definitely. Okay, let me go figure this out. Thanks again.
No problem. Let me know if you need any more help. So there you go. Same expressions, completely different setting. At work instead of a cafe. See how flexible these words are?
That's the beauty of these expressions. They work everywhere.
Now, let's talk about some common expressions and idioms that will help you sound even more natural.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
The first one is no worries. This is a very common way to say, it's okay, or you're welcome. If someone says, sorry I'm late, you can say, no worries.
In Australia and the UK, they use this constantly. In the US too, but maybe a bit less. It's friendly and relaxed.
Next, I'm up for it. This means I want to do it, or I'm interested. Do you want to go hiking? Yeah, I'm up for it.
You can also say, I'm down for it, which means exactly the same thing. Both mean yes.
Then we have, it's no big deal. This means it's not important or don't worry about it. If someone apologizes for something small, you can say it's no big deal.
And the short version is just no big deal, super casual.
To be honest is another one. People use this before giving their real opinion, especially if it might be a little negative. To be honest, I didn't love the movie.
Yeah, it signals that you're about to share a genuine opinion. You might also hear honestly used the same way. Honestly, I prefer staying home.
Then there's I feel like. This is how native speakers often start opinions. I feel like we should try something different. I feel like this restaurant is overpriced.
It's softer than saying I think. It sounds less direct, more casual.
And last one, you know what I mean? People say this to check if the other person relates to what they're saying. The weather has been crazy lately, you know what I mean?
And the short version you'll hear in fast speech is, know what I mean? Or even, you know?
So let's do a quick practice with these expressions. I'll give a situation, and Jake, you respond using one of the expressions we just learned.
Okay, I'm ready.
Someone asks you how the new restaurant was, but you didn't really enjoy it.
To be honest, the food was just okay. I feel like we should try somewhere else next time.
Perfect! 2 expressions in 1 sentence. Now, your friend apologizes for forgetting your birthday.
It's no big deal. No worries at all. We can celebrate this weekend instead.
Beautiful! That sounds so natural. And one more. You want to check if your friend understood your directions to your house.
So you take the first left after the gas station, and it's the blue house on the right. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Excellent! See how easy it is once you start practicing.
It really becomes natural after a while.
Great! Now let's talk about some mistakes that English learners commonly make in conversations.
Oh, this is really important.
Mistake number 1, translating directly from your language. For example, many learners say, I have 25 years instead of, I am 25 years old. In English, we use to be for age, not to have.
And another common one is I am agree instead of just I agree. Agree is already a verb. You don't need am before it.
Mistake number 2, using make and do incorrectly. In English, you make a decision, make a mistake, and make plans. but you do homework, do the dishes, and do your best.
There's no perfect rule for this one. It's really about learning which words go with make and which go with do. But the more you listen, the more natural it becomes.
Mistake number 3, forgetting contractions. In real conversations, people almost never say, I am going to. They say, I'm gonna. They don't say, I do not know. They say, I don't know, or I don't know.
This is huge for listening. If you're expecting the full formal version, you won't understand the short version when you hear it. So get used to contractions.
And mistake number 4, responding with just yes or no. In natural English, we almost always add something. Instead of just yes, try yeah, definitely, or sure, or yeah, for sure.
And instead of just no, you might say, nah, not really, or I don't think so, or not this time. It sounds much more natural.
Now, let's talk about some cultural tips that will really help you in real conversations.
These are things textbooks usually don't teach you.
Cultural tip number 1. Small talk is important. In English-speaking countries, people don't usually jump straight to the main topic. They start with small talk. How are you? How's your day going? Nice weather, isn't it?
And the answer to how are you is almost always positive, even if you're having a bad day. Good, thanks, or not bad, you? It's not really a deep question, it's more of a greeting.
Cultural tip number 2. How are you has different levels. Between close friends, it's genuine and you can give a real answer. But with a cashier or a stranger, it's just a polite greeting. Just say, good thanks, and move on.
Exactly. Don't say, well, actually, I've been having a really hard week because, to the person at the grocery store. Save that for your friends.
Cultural tip number 3. Saying no politely. In many English-speaking cultures, we soften our no. Instead of just no, we say, I'd love to, but I can't. Or, that sounds great, but I'm busy. Or, maybe another time?
This is especially important in the UK, where people are very indirect. I'll think about it sometimes actually means probably not.
And tip number 4. The difference between American and British English in conversations. Americans tend to be more direct and enthusiastic. That's awesome. I love it. British people are often more understated. That's quite nice. Might actually mean they think it's amazing.
And there are vocabulary differences too. Americans say apartment, British say flat. Americans say vacation, British say holiday. Americans say line, British say queue.
And let me add one more. Americans say trunk for the back of a car. British people say boot. Americans say sidewalk. British say pavement. These can be really confusing if you're not prepared.
That's such a good point. And even spelling is different. Americans write color without the U, but British English spells it color with a U.
Now, before we move to practice, I want to share some quick listening tips that will help you understand real conversations better.
Oh yes, this is something a lot of our listeners ask about.
Tip number 1. Don't try to understand every single word. Focus on the key words, the important ones. If someone says, I'm going to grab a quick coffee before the meeting starts, the key words are coffee and meeting. You don't need to catch every little word.
That's so important. Native speakers actually do this too when they're in noisy environments. They focus on context and key words.
Tip number 2. Listen for the stressed words. In English, we stress the most important words in a sentence. We say, I went to the store to buy some milk. The stressed words tell you the main information.
And tip number 3, watch the speaker's body language and facial expressions. A lot of communication is nonverbal. If someone is smiling and nodding, you know the conversation is positive, even if you miss a few words.
Exactly. Communication is more than just words. Okay, now it's really time for practice. I'm going to give you some scenarios, and I want you to think about how you would respond. Ready?
Let's go.
Scenario 1. Someone at work says, "Hey, we're all going out for drinks after work. Want to join?" What could you say?
You could say, "Yeah, I'm up for it. What time?" Or if you can't go, "I'd love to, but I have a thing tonight. Maybe next time."
Great! Scenario 2. A friend texts you, "What are you up to this weekend?" How do you respond?
You could say, "Not much. I was kind of thinking about just relaxing. Why? What's up?" Or, "I don't have any plans yet. Do you want to hang out?"
Perfect. Scenario 3. You're at a meeting and your boss asks, "Does everyone understand the new policy?" You're not sure. What do you say?
You could say, "Sorry, could you explain the part about the deadline? That part doesn't quite make sense to me." It's polite and specific.
Scenario 4. A friend tells you they got a promotion. How do you react?
"Oh wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. We should go out and celebrate. I'm so happy for you." Show genuine excitement.
And scenario 5. You're at a store and the salesperson asks, "Can I help you with anything?" But you're just looking. What do you say?
"I'm just looking, thanks." Or, "I'm good for now, thanks." Short, polite, and natural.
Scenario 6. You're at a party and someone introduces you to a new person. What do you say?
"Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Jake. So, how do you know Sarah?" It's friendly and keeps the conversation going by asking a follow-up question.
That's great. And one final scenario. Your friend tells you about their new hobby, but you think it sounds a little strange. How do you respond politely?
"Oh, really? That's interesting. I've never tried that before. What got you into it?" You don't have to lie and say you love it, but you show interest and ask a question.
Perfect responses, Jake. See, listeners, the key is to always add something after your answer. Don't just stop at yes or no or interesting. Keep the conversation alive by asking a question, sharing a related experience, or expressing your feelings.
That's the secret to good conversation in any language, honestly.
Wonderful. Okay, let's wrap up today's episode.
That was a lot of great stuff.
It really was. So let's do a quick recap. Today we learned 8 essential expressions: catch up, figure out, hang out, end up, kind of, go ahead, by the way, and make sense.
We practiced 3 full conversations at a cafe, on the phone making plans, and at work.
We learned natural expressions like "no worries," "I'm up for it," "no big deal," "to be honest," "I feel like," and "you know what I mean."
We covered 4 common mistakes to avoid and 4 cultural tips about small talk, politeness, and the differences between American and British English.
Plus, we shared 3 listening tips to help you understand conversations even when people speak fast. Remember, focus on key words, listen for stressed words, and use context clues.
And the biggest takeaway from today is that real English doesn't have to be scary. The more you listen and practice, the more natural it becomes. Even understanding 50% of a conversation is a great start.
So here's your homework. This week, try to use at least 3 of the expressions we learned today in a real conversation or when you practice English. Write them down, say them out loud, and try to notice them when you watch shows or movies in English.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new lesson.
Leave us a comment below telling us which expression was your favorite today or which one you want to practice the most.
We love reading your comments, and it really helps us know what kind of content you want to see next.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, keep listening, and remember, every conversation is a chance to improve.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, AI is a tool to help you, and so is this podcast.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.